Okay, so welcome everybody back to the Big Data track. I hope you had a good lunch. Our next speaker is Lucian Hancu. He's Cloud Strategy Manager at Innor.ro and co-founder of SoftPro Europe. He holds a PhD in modeling strategic decisions like mergers and acquisitions. Since 2005, he combines the research in the big data field within the business community. In this talk, Big Data Decision, we will dive into the details of decision-making process when having large quantity of data available. We will see also some practical examples, like how to choose a business partner or how to choose an employer from a list of candidates. Let's welcome Lucian.
Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed the lunch. And now we should talk a little bit about our future and how to make decisions when having a lot of data available. You know that nowadays you see a lot of data on the internet, you can download a lot of data. If you want to have data, you will have data. The only problem is what will you do with this data, how clean is this data, and if your competitors know more about you than you know about yourself. And outline this talk will be a short introduction, our motivations, we will talk about our methodology, how we deal with this data of our clients, how we take decisions based on this data, and we will have a surprise here if you can enjoy it. And I will show you some examples in practice, what we can do with this data, some conclusions, and at the surprise point, I would expect a little collaboration from you. I will ask you some questions, so don't sleep now because I will make you awake in 5 or 10 minutes. And before beginning, I would like to ask you how many of you are developers. Please raise your hand. Okay. How many of you are project managers? Okay. How many of you are managers? Okay. How many of you are still sleeping? Okay. Fine. Okay, so what we do with this data? We have a lot of clients, which are big clients. Big clients in Romania, it's not like Amazon or Google or something like that. Big clients for me is, a big client is a client who has more than 10,000 business partners. So 10,000 is the first question. If you have more than 10,000 partners, you are a big client for me. If not, you're not a big client for me. For instance, Cluj, is not a big client for me because it has I think it has only 1,000 partners. So for our business, it's not so interesting. What we want to do is to deal with their portfolio of clients and clients and suppliers, because if they want to know more about their clients and suppliers, they usually don't have time to deal with that. This is not a trivial question. If you have 10,000 partners, it can be simple if you have 10 or 100 partners to know everything about people you are dealing with. But if you have a lot of partners, you need probably some employees in your business to do that. Okay. So our strategy is first use the data. I will show you how to do it, and then make decisions with the clean data. It's very important to have very clean data before making decisions, because if you have noisy data, you will probably have not so good decisions. Okay, so dealing with portfolio of partners. That means both suppliers and clients. What we do is to verify this portfolio of clients in multiple registries that are available in internet. So there are a lot of registries in the Ministry of Finance public websites, and what we want to do is to periodically go there, extract data, and confront your data with that data. And it's not very, very easy, because, for instance, today, one entity in Cluj appeared. I don't know if today one guy from Cluj went to establish a new business, or one other guy from Constanța went to establish a new business. I cannot know that, because I'm here with you in Cluj. I don't know what it will happen in Constanța or Cluj. Okay. As I told you, verification takes time. So if you are a big company, you will not have the time to do it, to verify your partners, what do they do. For instance, we had this last years in 2008, 2020, when some partners disappeared, some other partners were corrupt, went bankrupt, and we had this problem with our clients that we had to verify them very, very good to see if you are sleeping. Okay. To verify very, very good if they are still available, if they pay VAT or not, whether they are still on the market or not. This is a problem very good when you deal with the VAT on one invoice, because if one of your partners is not more available on the market, you don't have the right to deduct the VAT which is on his invoice. And you can verify and re-verify its partner in order to be sure that you know who you are doing business with. Okay. So let's take the first example. How do we choose one business partner? So for the beginning, we make verifications in multiple registries, as I told you, and these registries are available on the Ministry of Finance. But the first problem is that they are multiple registries, so we don't have one registry in which we must confront the data with our data, which should go in different parts, in different websites, and confront what we have in the database of our partners with what we have on the website. There are a lot of errors in these databases, even if they are public registries. There are some confrontations that we do, and we also find errors in the data, and that's very, very important for our clients to know very good, to have very good information about their partners. As I told you, there are different information in different registries. So what we usually do is to take data from multiple registries and construct one database from multiple sources. Okay, one first example for you, and I will ask you the first question, and I'm expecting some answers in order to keep you awake this afternoon. How do you choose your employer? For instance, you want to have a better wage or something like that, and how do you choose to switch from one company from another? Just, should we need a microphone now?
LinkedIn reviews.
Sorry?
LinkedIn reviews.
Okay, that's good. And other opinions?
How tough is the interview?
How?
How tough?
How tough? Okay. So if the interview is tough, you will choose that employer?
In theory, you will have colleagues who pass this tough interview, so...
Okay, other opinions? We are warming up.
What learning and development does the employer offer? What learning and development does the employer offer? How will it help my career develop? And how will I be in 5 years' time?
Okay.
That's how I would choose an employer.
Okay, yes?
I would be interested if they have their own product, or they are working for multiple clients and they never had their product. So, yeah, this would be important information for me.
Okay, yes?
If they're in a service delivery mode or in a product delivery mode. So it's a difference working for a company who delivers services.
Yes.
And it's a completely different story
Exactly.
being a product manager or taking care or selling a product,
Mhm.
even of course as the product.
Okay. Other opinions? Okay. So, the first thing to do, and I was asked some months ago about choosing between two employers, some person of my family, and the first thing I do regarding the same data that is available on the internet, and it is there, you have to go to the site, take the data, and take better decisions for that. So what do we do? I usually take the turnover of last year. It is publicly available on the net, on the Ministry of Finance. You just have to go there. So the turnover, I divide it by the number of employees. I divide it by 12. I divided it by, I will ask you to pay, it's not free, it's a business, yeah, it will work. Okay, so we will divide it by the euro-RON exchange rate, and that is your maximum theoretical wage. You cannot be paid 10 times of how many money that firm produces per year. So it's very interesting. If you go and just go home and watch, take the turnover of last year of your employees divided by this formula and see how where you are. And my recommendation is that if you are between 1,000 and 2,000 euros, your company is doing outsourcing. I saw, for example, Bitdefender, which has a very large product and sells worldwide and stuff like that, and we all know it. I think it has more than 5,000 euros per month. So for me, it's very interesting how many euros each employee produces for one entity. And if you are an outsourcer, you are very, very limited because there are a lot of costs and you have to work 8 or 10 or 12 hours a day. Okay, not our question for today. Okay, so Keep in mind, this formula is very important. And please check it. Please check it. Probably not this evening, it will be late, but tomorrow morning go there, ask your boss how many euros we did last year, and check this. Okay. Yeah, very nice. Choosing a business partner is a very difficult question, especially on the periods like this year's crisis. You have to be very, very careful of how to choose the partners we are working with, because it's very important to have solid partners, solid clients. For instance, what we did was work with big clients from Romania, which had a lot of cash flow, so we didn't have problems receiving money from them. Okay. So as I told you, sending from one client to send to one client, like some small users, to send from very, very risky. As I told you, you have to be very careful who are working with. They have another formula. B2B is different from B2C. Can you explain me what this is? So selling to business partners is very, very difficult and different from selling to clients like me and like you and like everyone else, and also selling to small entities is different from selling to big companies. You know, from our experience, it's very difficult to reach a new client, even if you have a very good product. Okay, so the first surprise. I prepared for you 10 questions or 10 points roadmap to how to build your own big data startup. Yeah, the first line is big data decisions. Okay. So, as I told you, I prepared for you roadmap of how to build this startup in big data. The first point, and I want to ask your opinion and also see some ideas from you. For me, niche is very important to find some space in the market that is not occupied by other clients, other suppliers, and go there and invent something there. Do you agree with it? Opinions? We have to make decisions today. So we have to have the courage to say something. We don't receive grades or... Yeah?
Yeah, I think niche is important, but if you find a niche that is not occupied, you might think that that niche is not profitable, so that other people don't go to work with that niche, I think.
Yeah, nice. Very nice idea. We had this problem in 2007. We built web platform for cross verifications between entities, and no one was there. But the problem is that you have to build little by little the product, and it will work. If you believe in it, I think it will work. Even if the others don't believe in that. Okay, the second point. B2B is different from B2C. So selling to big clients is different from selling to... That's okay, yeah? Other opinions? Okay, let's go there. The other thing, selling to small and medium entities is different from selling to big companies. Is that okay? Okay. Okay. The fourth point, choose better your database. It's very important when you deal with big data to choose a database that you can do a lot of queries per second. For instance, if you do some commercial, you implement some commercial solution, you might find that your platform is not performing better enough. So be sure you choose better your database management system. You agree with that or not?
Just a single database? Because you can have a combination of databases in
Yeah.
a single system.
You have more databases.
It's important, of course. It depends on your data, what you're doing.
Yeah, but the problem is that you have to make very, very fast responses because no one waits in front of the web page to see your result. Okay. The fifth point would be hire a robot. It's very important when you deal with this big data to not only be short of your employees, but hire robots that cross-validate data, then play with data. We play with a lot of data, and it usually takes a lot of time, but in the end you have more data and very, very good quality. Okay. The next point would be fast growing would be also fast landing. Do you agree with that? Companies that fast grow, you have, I don't know, 10 years of fast growing and then one company disappears. You have better examples? Yeah, it can be, yeah, like Facebook, yeah, they have a lot of growing. They're still growing. Okay, it can be. Okay, the next point would be innovate. Don't renovate. It's very important when you deal with big data to invent something new, because having a lot of data available for you it's very easy to invent something if you know better your market. Invent something that doesn't exist. The next point will be the first year. The first year of one company is very, very important in the life of the company. For instance, there are statistics that say that the medium age of one small and medium entity is about 3 or 4 years, something like that. And it depends a lot of how you're dealing with your clients, your partners, and where exactly your product is established in comparison with the competition, in comparison with other similar clients, other similar products. Okay. The next point would be very, very nice management lesson: under promise and over deliver. So when you deal with your clients, just promise small things but deliver a lot of things. It's very important that, for instance, when you deal with big companies, to do things that they cannot invent, they cannot deal with, and oops, and is it? What happened? Okay, thanks. It was a sleeping time. Okay, the next point. Have you heard of SME instrument? SME instrument is a very new project from the European Commission that is financing new entities only problem is that you have to be established 1 year before applying. So you cannot be a startup and then go to the Europe and ask for money. So you have to invent something, try something new, have a market, have money, and then go to the European Commission and ask, come on, give me some money in order to grow. It's a very nice project. If you want to deal with the startup, just go there and have some information. Okay, and now some practical examples. I will show you some analysis that we do with the data that we have. It was something 4 years ago. I don't remember the client we were working for, but let's say that we have the transactions of our client with the other partners, and usually from this data we can extract some very nice map like this one, who takes for each transaction their county of establishment of each entity, and you can know from these very nice pictures that you have regions not covered by your entity. A similar picture is the selling distribution. So for instance, knowing where exactly your company is selling, you will see that you're not covered. There are regions in Romania that you're not selling, and you must take decisions. For instance, go to Bistrița, go to Satu Mare. There are a lot of regions in which you probably don't have a lot of selling, so you must sell more in Bucharest, for example, because there are more money there. And these are examples of how to deal with this data and aggregate it and transform it into knowledge. Okay, we'll reach the conclusions. So my first conclusion is that quality of data is more expensive than quantity. Quantity is cheap. You have all the sites on the internet, you have a lot of data available, just go there and extract data from it. Quality is very expensive. And now, if you have questions. Yeah? Yes?
You were mentioning choosing the right database for big data exploration. But in general, when we think of big data, it can be, for instance, scraping the web. It can be any kind of types of data. It can be free texts. It can be videos. So in its essence, when we say big data, it's not mainly structured data, but mainly unstructured one. So how is this marriage between all types of data and the concept of database, which is by its definition and tradition, it's a relational data structure?
Okay. Yes. So dealing with text and unstructured data is a challenge. I did some research 10 years ago, and yeah, I think it's very important to focus on the quality of data that you have, because if you deal with text and unstructured data, you will also deal with a lot of noise in that data. For instance, take newspapers. You have a lot of information that is not correct in the newspapers. You have to go to see if one guy is married with another girl because that is written on the newspaper, for example. And that is why I completely focus on that. So focus on the quality instead of the quantity. Okay. Now regarding the databases, it's very important to choose your database based on your problem. I cannot give you a recipe for every problem in this world. No one will do this. So for my problem, I choose this solution. For a new problem, you probably need a new solution. And for example, for video and unstructured data, you will need another solution not covered here. So it depends on the data, you will have your DB solution. Yes?
Thank you. You mentioned in the beginning startup environment.
Yes.
So, for example, it's a supposition. Let's say that I have a startup in big data. I can sell predictions or service that offers predictions. What are the main doubts, the main questions, the main reasons that, let's say, business client, medium business client, will not want to engage in such a service? Or, what are his main questions?
Okay, I will tell you from our experience. The first point is that they don't understand what you're doing.
Yes.
It's very important, and I answered some comments on Facebook no, it was on LinkedIn this week, and I told to one friend of mine, and I told him that innovation market is not the same with the market. So not every innovation has a market. You have to be very careful. So not every innovation has a market. There are innovations that sell very good, there are innovations that sell very bad, there are innovations that could sell better if they are better explained.
So you need more math?
Sorry?
You need more mathematics to explain what are you doing, or?
No, you need more marketing in order to sell, to explain better what you're selling. So math is, for instance, you will deal with the manager of one, I don't know, big telecom company, and you go there and you explain all these formulas and all these maths, and okay, what he will ask you? Okay, I want to do a turnover of 2 billion euros. Show me how. And if you know how to show him how to sell twice, they will buy your product. It's very easy. So if you solve one problem that he doesn't know how to solve it, or you solve it with less money or less time, or better yet, less money and less time, they will buy it from you. It's very simple. Yeah, but you have to try and try, and if you have a small product, just get it better and better, and then you will succeed. Just try it. Okay.
Thank you. So it's all about defining the right niche.
Yeah, right.
Thank you.
One last question.
Okay.
So you're talking a lot about quality of the data. Can you tell us more what do you understand by that?
I told you, from quality of data, we understand cross verifications. So we take, as our business, we take data from one client and we verify it in multiple registries that are available on the internet. That is one of our business. And usually what we found there is not very nice things, and there are a lot of errors, and no one deals with it. We deal with it, but we take money with that, from that. And just clean your data and you will see what quality means. Play with data. Quality means playing with data. Have fun with data. And having fun with data, you will discover some things that are not known. And some things like the maps that I showed you that no one knows about your business. Okay, and in the end, it's the thing in Romanian, I don't know how to translate it. Maybe you will try to translate it for me. And that is why I want to remember from my talk today. And thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.